Hey there everyone, it's Beth and I'm back with another Froude's Fairy Oracle card. We're at Spirit Dancer, which is card number 36. She's a fun one to work with. Spirit Dancer. And she's dancing. Kind of gives you a clue to what we're going to be working on. She's about creativity. She's about self-expression, freedom, and exploration. She's one of those cards when you get her, you need to, for the most part, really bring in how you create. How do you do that? And sometimes I think we get caught up that creation has to be like art of some form, whether it's painting or singing or dancing, whether it's performing, written, whatever. We tend to think, oh, creative is like arts driven. And it's not always. Creativity can be in the way you live your life, how you express yourself in your life, how you live it. So look at it very broadly. If she comes up, especially if you're like, oh, I'm not an artist. Why am I getting this? It means you need to explore your self-expression. How do you bring in freedom? And what do you want? How do you want your inner vision to come out of you? And that can just be the life well lived. How do you express your life? How do you live your life? That can be a very creative expression of who you are as a being. And a great part of Spirit Dancer is the inner vision. How do you put it out there? How do you show others what your inner vision is? How do you do that? And that can simply be by living your life, bringing that inner vision out into the world. Really explore, experiment, and express are the three main qualities of the Spirit Dancer. You want to explore how you create. You want to explore how your creative processes show up in life. So when you're at work and you're like, there's this problem and everyone's like, how do we solve this? And you're all kind of stuck, that you can bring in your creative process that you've learned because you've worked with Spirit Dancer and create something, create the solution, find it, because you know how to explore. And then you're going to experiment on it to see how it expresses yourself, and then you can be like, yeah, let's try this and see what happens and solve that problem. Creativity is a multitude of things. And to, like, with your inner vision kind of thing coming to the outer, you're going to feel better when you express stuff with the emotion. She's also dealing with like that expression of emotion, very deep emotion that comes out in creative ways. Whether that's in how you think, problem solve, live your life, create art in whatever form of art you do. Getting that emotion out of you is going to feel really good. One thing too with her, perfection. Perfection is like, so we'll just do this poor girl in. It's not where you want to be with Spirit Dancer. Is it perfect? Don't agonize over perfection. Perfection is very overrated. I agree with Helena Bonham Carter on that one. Artists, people who paint, a lot of times will work very, very difficult. Will work very hard to not be perfect. How can you bring in imperfections? How can you keep it loose? And they will do things that are out of their comfort zone to bring in the imperfections, to make it not be perfect. So don't think, oh my God, I gotta express myself perfectly. Don't worry about that. Perfection really, when you think about it, one of the things that dealing with her and expression of the creativity is feeling better. Perfection will make you feel worse. Perfection will make you feel not good enough. And she's not about that. She's about you being you, and imperfectly you, and wondrously you, and that imperfection. So don't get caught up in the not perfect, not perfect. Forget perfect. Let your spirit dance. What does it have to tell you? What does your inner vision have to tell you? That's a pretty powerful place to be too. You express how you want to feel. And a lot of times that is really what she's saying. It's like, let it out. Say what you need to say in how you want to say it. Connect to the process. See, I'm a process person. So I tend to connect with the process. It's like when I was running, I tried racing and I freaking hated it. It's like partly I had to get up like really early. I'm not a morning person. I didn't like to run in the morning. I still don't like to exercise in the morning. I like to exercise in the afternoon. That's when it feels good. In the morning, I'm a little cranky if you make me exercise. But I'm a process person. So when I was running, I was trying to do these races because there's like, have a goal, have a goal. I'm like, I got this goal. And I didn't like having the goal. I liked the process. I liked going out there and running. And so, okay, today's working on speed. Today's lactate threshold work. Today's just doing a long endurance. I liked that process of going through those things. So what I like about weights is you have this process of getting stronger. The whole thing's process, because you can keep on going. You same with running. You get better. You don't start out good, but you get better. And the same with weightlifting. I like the process. So if you're a process person, focus on that freaking process. Forget the goal. The goal is kind of like just, this thing you might get at the end that's fun if you enjoy what you get at the end. The race I didn't really enjoy. Although sometimes some of the swag was cool. But, but if you're like more of a goal person, focusing on the project and getting to the end will probably be where you want to go with Spirit Dancer. But also knowing like your process of how you work as a creative person can be really interesting to know. So when you are working on a project or you're feeling stuck, you know where to go. If I'm feeling stuck, say in a painting, or even like in something I'm creating for my business, I set it aside. I don't look at it. I don't bother with it. I don't want to see it. And being able to step away from it lets me get some distance and see it with fresh eyes when I come back. So if you know how you work with your process, your project, because sometimes too, even for like a goal-driven person, can be really helpful. Things you do want to watch out with her is when this card is contradicted, you're going to be self-absorbed, obsessed, entangled in your own unexpressed fantasies, angry driven, but it's kind of like you don't have a good way to express what's arising, and so it's just like as opposed to more of a destruction aspect as opposed to the creation aspect. And not all destruction's bad, but when this chick's blocked, it's you're more in the aspect of not expressing things in a healthy way. Let's put it that way. And you don't want to go in expression in a healthy way is much, much better way to go. You take a piece of paper, just scribble. That is a creative form. Scribble it out. I do little doodles sometimes. Here's a little doodle I made the other day talking to a friend. Just a bunch of lines. I got something out. It felt good to make that little doodle. I've had bad days where I just scribbled. Ugh. I've had days where I was sad. I just took some really wet media and made drips that were like tears. So instead of getting angry and mad that I have these feelings and I don't know how to spirit dance them out, I took my tools, which is my art journal for me, and I scribbled in it. With pretty colors, mind you, but I scribbled. And that scribbling felt really good to get express my sorrow. Drips are like really awesome. You can get like a ink spray or watercolor or some really liquidy paint, and then you let it just let it drip. And drips are fun. Maybe when it dries, you put in some white splatter to create a cosmos, make magic. So, spirit dancer, express yourself, find your freedom, and explore. Because really, she's about creative expression. Alrighty, everyone, have a wonderful day, and go out there and be the love in the world. I'll see you around. Bye bye.